For this project, we'll need a superfine yarn, a size E or a 3.5mm crochet hook, a yarn needle, a couple of stitch markers, and a pair of scissors. You can find the list of materials in the description box below, as well as the link to download the written PDF pattern of this design on my Ravelry shop. If you're new here, hello there. My name is Kath and I make crochet tutorials. You can follow me on Instagram as well as on my Facebook page at What About Yarn. And if you like this video, please feel free to hit like, comment down below, and subscribe. That does help a lot with the channel. And so without further ado, let's get started. To begin, create a slip knot. And make a chain in multiples of 2. This chain will go from the side of the body, which is the armpit, and down to the waist. Once you have your chain, we're going to double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. To do a double crochet, we're going to yarn over, insert the hook in the 4th chain, grab the yarn and pull up a loop. We have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops on the hook. Now make a double crochet into each chain. At the end of the row, we're going to chain 3. Chain 3 will count as 1 stitch. Turn your work, and from here we're going to do a cross double crochet stitch. To do that, we're going to skip the next stitch and make a double crochet in the next stitch. Next, make a double crochet back into the stitch that you just skipped. So yarn over, insert the hook into the stitch that you skipped, grab the yarn from the back and pull up a loop. We have 3 loops on the hook. Yarn over and pull through 2 loops, and yarn over and pull through the last 2 loops. That is a cross double crochet stitch. Now make a cross double crochet stitch in every 2 stitches all the way across. End of row number 2, make a double crochet in the 3rd chain of the turning chain 3. Chain 1 and turn your work. Chain 1 here does not count as a stitch. Row number 3, we're going to single crochet into each stitch. To do a single crochet, we're going to insert the hook, grab the yarn, pull up a loop, and pull through all of the loops. At the end of the row, we're going to turn our work. And from here, we're going to repeat row number 2 and row number 3, cross double crochet row and single crochet row, all the way until our panel will wrap around our chest. Make sure to end with a cross double crochet row. Next, ending the last row of the panel with a chain of 3, turn your work and make a double crochet into each stitch. Next, we're going to connect both of the ends together using a single crochet back loop in each stitch, leaving about 1.5 or 2 inches of the edges unworked. Next, we're going to lay our project flat with the seam in the middle, and from the side we're going to determine where we're going to place our armhole. Now for my size, that would be about 1.5 inch from the side, and we're going to attach the yarn on both sides of our panel. So for my size, that's 1.5 inch, If you're making a larger top, that would be a little bit larger than 1.5 inch. Okay, so you're going to attach the yarn in the single crochet row, not in the cross double crochet row, and you're going to make a chain in multiples of 2 until you reach the back side of your top, which is the measurement for your shoulders. For my size, that is 58 chains, and once you have your chain, we're going to slip stitch in the back side or the opposite side of our panel without twisting the chains. Again, you will slip stitch in the single crochet row, not in the cross double crochet row, and turn your work. From here, we will be working along the lower part of the armhole, starting with 2 single crochet in the cross double crochet row and another single crochet in the single crochet row. Repeat this until the last row. Single crochet in each chain all the way around. At the end, we will slip stitch in the first stitch or the first single crochet. Now do not turn your work. Continue with a chain of 3. And from here, we're going to double crochet into each stitch at the lower part of the armhole. Here I have 15 double crochet, and make sure to remember the amount of stitches that you have there. Next, we're going to cross double crochet in every 2 stitches all the way around. At the end, we will slip stitch in the 3rd chain of the beginning chain 3, and from here we will turn our work. So chain 1 and turn our work, and then we will repeat the same pattern as the panel, so single crochet into each stitch. End of round, we will slip stitch in the first stitch, chain 3, and turn your work. From here, we will make 15 double crochet because we also had 15 double crochet here in the second previous round. Finishing off this round with the pattern, which is a cross double crochet all the way around, and then on the next round you will do a single crochet round. You will do that until the panel reaches just below the shoulders. For my size here, I have about 9 rounds in total, ending the last round with a single crochet. Next, you're going to chain 1, and then we're going to decrease for our last round. So to do that, we will do a single crochet 2 together or a single crochet decrease. Insert the hook into the stitch, grab the yarn and pull up a loop. Let's do that again. Insert the hook in the stitch, grab the yarn and pull up a loop. We now have 3 loops on the hook, and yarn over and pull through all of those loops. Let me show you that one more time. Insert the hook into the stitch, grab the yarn and pull up a loop. And again, insert the hook into the next stitch, grab the yarn and pull up a loop, and yarn over and pull through all of those loops. Now make a single crochet decrease all the way around. At the end, we will slip stitch in the first stitch, but if you have one more stitch left, you're going to single crochet before you will do a slip stitch. Next, chain 12. Double crochet in the fourth chain. And double crochet in each chain. Next, we will skip the stitch where our yarn is attached, and we will also skip the next stitch and slip stitch into the next stitch. Turn your work. And from here, we're going to do a single crochet back loop. Now, to do a single crochet back loop, it's basically the same as a single crochet. The only difference is you're going to insert the hook in the back loop of each stitch. Next, chain 3 and turn your work. For this row, we're going to double crochet in the back loop, and to do a double crochet, it's the same as a normal double crochet. The only difference again is we will place it in the back loop of each stitch. Now, same as we did in the first row, we're going to skip the stitch where our yarn is attached, skip the next stitch, and slip stitch in the third stitch. Turn your work, and again do the pattern here, which is a row of single crochet back loop. And this will be the pattern that you will keep on working all the way around until you reach the end. Next, we're going to connect both of the ends together using a slip stitch in the back loop, but this time we will do it from the inside of our fabric and not on the outside, so that the seams will not be so visible. Fasten off and cut the yarn, and we will repeat exactly the same thing for the second sleeve. The only difference is we're not going to place the yarn in the front, we'll do it in the back. So what we're going to do here is we're going to determine how many number or the number of stitch that we do here for the first sleeve. For example, I have 15 double crochet stitches here at the lower part of the armhole. Now I'm going to use that number as a reference to do my second sleeve. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to count how many rows I need to skip before I will attach my yarn from the front, and then add 15 double crochet and then attach my yarn or join my yarn into the single crochet row. Make the same amount of chains and then slip stitch into the front. Next, we're going to determine the left side and the right side, as well as the center back of our work. And we're going to place a stitch marker in the rows of single crochet. Join the yarn in the middle seam. Chain 5. Double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. Double crochet in the next chain. This will give us 3 stitches. And we're going to slip stitch in the space between the double crochet row and the cross double crochet row. So not this, not this, but this. Turn your work and then make a single crochet back loop into each stitch. That gives us 3 stitches. Now we're going to make another single crochet back loop in that same stitch, and that gives us 4 stitches in total. So from here we will be increasing in every single crochet back loop row. So chain 3 and turn your work, and then do a back loop double crochet into each stitch. Slip stitch into the single crochet row, and turn your work. Next, make a row of single crochet back loop, and at the end you're going to add another single crochet back loop that gives us 5 stitches, chain 3, and then turn your work. Now you're going to repeat this pattern all the way until you reach the stitch marker in the left side. Okay, so do that and meet me back later once you get there. I'm almost done here with the first part of the ribbing. I'm going to remove the stitch marker and slip stitch into that row. Turn and then make a row of single crochet back loop. Fasten off and cut the yarn, and we're going to attach the yarn again in the middle seam and repeat the same pattern as we did here for the other side. I just finished my ribbing in the front. Now we're going to join the yarn in the stitch marker at the back side and repeat the same pattern as we did here in the front part of our work. After that, you're going to connect the front and the back ribbing with a single crochet back loop, fasten off and cut the yarn and weave in all of the ends. Next, we're going to make the I-cord for the front. So take your yarn and fold it in half and make sure that you have the correct amount that you need for your size, and create a slip knot. Insert the hook into the loop, and we're going to separate the upper strand and the lower strand. Now wrap the lower strand into the hook, hold the yarn in place, yarn over and pull through. Let's do that again. Wrap the lower strand into the hook, hold it in place, yarn over and pull through. Repeat this until you have the length that you need for the front of your top. Place the yarn through both ends of the front of the panel and create a knot at the end to secure the I-cord. You're also going to make another I-cord for the back side of the top, and you're going to place that on both of the sleeves to prevent them from falling off the shoulders. And last but not the least, you're going to weave in all of the ends. Friends, that marks the end of this tutorial. If you have any questions, please feel free to write them down in the comment section below. And if you will make this top, please don't forget to tag me on social media at whataboutYarn so I can share your pictures as well. Thank you so much for watching, and as always, have a good day. I'll see you on the next video.